Ever dream of living in Maine? You know, with the rocky coastlines, the smell of pine trees, and a lobster roll in your hand? It's an amazing picture, right? But then you see the housing prices in places like Portland or Kennebunkport, and that dream can feel, well, crazy expensive. I'm about to count down the most affordable towns in the entire state, and I'm not just giving you a list of numbers. I'll cover what you really need to know, the real cost of living, like current home prices and rent ranges, and all the stuff you can't just search online, like the actual vibe of a town, the good, the bad, and which places are truly worth a look. All right, let's find you an affordable spot in the Pine Tree State. Let's get into it. Kicking off our list is Belfast. The vibe here is like a warm hug from a sea captain. Located at the mouth of the Passagassawakkeag River and on Penobscot Bay, the charming town of Belfast has it all. It's a mix of salty air, historic brick buildings, and a super friendly community. Downtown is super walkable, and lots of cute houses or walk along the water. The folks here are genuinely nice. It's the kind of place where you can walk everywhere. Seriously, they routed the main highway around the city decades ago, which was a genius move. It kept the downtown area from turning into just another strip mall. But let's talk about the biggest challenge here, housing. The rental market has been described by locals as a dumpster fire due to high demand, with average rents hitting around $2,000 a month. Average rent? You're probably looking at somewhere $1,500 to $1,700 a month. For a studio, might be a little less, and a two-bedroom a little more. It's made up of a bunch of little corners and neighborhoods. Median home price is around $400,000 to $500,000. You'll find a mix of apartments over storefronts and beautiful single-family homes. As you move away from the water, things get more residential and spread out. This is a small town, and with that comes a smaller job market. The median household income is about $60,982. Now, about crime. Well, it has one of the lowest crime rates in the country. But good luck finding a place to rent. Renting a place is once-in-a-while chance. But overall, Belfast is a great place to live. Coming in at number 9 is Gardiner. This place is pure small-town charm right on the Kennebec River, which is gorgeous. Location is its big plus. Gardiner is super convenient. You've got both I-95 and I-295 running through, so you can get to Augusta in about 15 minutes, and Portland is less than an hour away, making it a commuter town, meaning it's not exactly a bustling metropolis. It's got a downtown that's seen its share of history, and it's still finding its footing in the 21st century. The cost of living is 11.4% lower than the national average. The median household income is approximately $54,800. The job market is limited, so many residents commute to the state capital. It's also a place where you can find more affordable housing compared to towns closer to the coast. The median home price is $320,000. Downtown living is fantastic. You can walk to the co-op, the library, and Johnson Hall. And you can find some cool apartments in those historic brick buildings on Water Street. And if you move a little away from the river, you get into more residential areas. West Gardiner is more rural and spread out. Average rent you'll pay around $1,300 a month. Housing availability can be somewhat limited due to the city's small size and affordable price point. On the downside, some parts of town are a little rough around the edges, and due to its prime location on the Kennebec River, downtown is susceptible to flooding, especially during the spring thaw. But there are plenty of opportunities to get out and enjoy nature. All right, number 8 is Waterville, is a cool mix. On one hand, it's a classic old mill town with a lot of working-class roots. On the other hand, it's a historic mill town, but it's also home to Colby College, which brings this smart, youthful energy to the place. But first off, the location is its prime. You're in central Maine, so you're about an hour and a half from the coast, the mountains for skiing at places like Sugarloaf, and the bigger city of Portland. There are a good number of jobs in education, healthcare, and manufacturing. The median household income is $46,548. Okay, let's be real. The cost of living has gone up. Thanks to all that revitalization, housing isn't as cheap as it used to be. The average home price is hovering in the upper $200,000, and rent has shot up too. A 2- or 3-bedroom apartment can run you anywhere from $1,100 to $1,800 a month. If you look downtown, Colby has built a new hotel and dorms there, and it's where you'll find the new art center and all the best restaurants. Just outside of the downtown core, you have a lot of traditional residential neighborhoods with beautiful older homes, especially as you get closer to the Colby campus. Then there are areas to be a bit more cautious about, like the South End or some streets off College Avenue. These areas are known for being a bit more run down and having more low-income housing. It's not dangerous in the big city sense, but it's where you'll find the cheaper housing and maybe a bit more sketchiness. The crime rate is exceptionally high, at 34 per 1,000 residents, which is higher than other communities. This is largely driven by a noticeable gap between the wealthy and the poor, with U.S. Census data showing a poverty rate over 25%, and some locals feel the town caters more to the college than to them. Overall, Waterville isn't a bad town to live in by any means. Cruising into number 7 is a name you might know, Bangor. It's kind of the big city for the northern half of Maine, with about 31,480 people. It has a dense suburban feel, and you'll find a lot of young professionals and families here. It's a place where you can get that big city experience, but still have a quiet, close-knit community. It's got a hospital, an airport, a casino, and a giant statue of Paul Bunyan. There is a good growing food scene, the downtown has improved quite a bit, and there's great access to outdoor stuff. It's safe, and the schools are some of the best in the state. The job market is generally stable, with a low unemployment rate that has consistently been below the national average at 2.9%. The median household income is around $59,985. Housing is affordable. You are an hour from Acadia, the beach, or the mountains. There is enough people here for normal, middle-class amenities. The median home price is around $299,000. Bangor is cheaper on average, but you can find home prices in the $400 to $450 range. The west side is a bit more suburban, with larger homes and yards. The east side is another family-friendly area, with good schools and parks. Average rent is about $1,295 per month. Now, no place is perfect, right? So let's talk about the good, the bad, and, well, you can get just about anywhere in town in 10 to 15 minutes. More time for you, less time in the car. The crime rate here is far less than Portland, but higher than the national average. Violent crime is 11% lower, and property crime 45% higher than the national average. Like a lot of places, it's dealing with a growing homeless population and the opioid crisis. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. These are real issues. At number 6 spot is the state capital itself, Augusta. It was named after Pamela Augusta Dearborn, the daughter of a Revolutionary War hero. As the state capital, its economy is dominated by government jobs. This creates a unique 9-to-5 dynamic, where the city is bustling during the workday but becomes much quieter in the evenings as many people commute back to surrounding suburbs. Meaning it's going to be a little sleepy after 5 p.m., but that's part of the charm. And it's super central, so you can get almost anywhere else in Maine pretty easily. It's practical, it's stable, and it's affordable. The job market isn't as diverse as in larger cities. It's just tiny. There's a small downtown with some shops and restaurants, some big box stores, and a lot of government offices. And that's about it. Government and healthcare are the big employers here. The median household income for the city is $48,756. The median home price is around $290,000. The average rent, however, is higher than you might expect for a city of its size, currently sitting around $1,650 a month. Some folks say it's got a bit of a rural city feel. It's not fancy, but it's genuine. You've got the Kennebec River for boating and fishing, plus great walking trails. The Botanic Gardens are fun, Old Fort Western is worth a visit, and the bike trail is super nice. Overall, it's really not as bad as most Mainers paint it. There's just a few shabby buildings downtown. Just outside Augusta, Gardiner, and Hallowell are nicer towns. Sydney is also a good option, as it puts you halfway between Augusta and Waterville, and it falls in the Messalonskee School District, which has great schools. Next one is Rockland. A lot of coastal Maine towns turn into ghost towns in the winter. Not Rockland, it's a real working city, so things stay open all year. So it's got this awesome split personality. On one side, it's a gritty, hardworking fishing town. On the other side, it has exploded as the art capital of Maine. Seriously, for a small city, the art scene is incredible. You're right on the beautiful Penobscot Bay. The scenery is just stunning. Plus, you're not too far from other cool spots like Camden or Belfast. Now, let's be real. Cheap in coastal Maine is a relative term. But compared to places like Kennebunkport or Portland, Rockland is definitely on the more affordable side. Still expect a median price in the range of $350,000 to $450,000. This makes it one of the expensive cheap places on my list, but you get access to amenities that are rare in other towns of its size. And average rent is roughly $1,590 to $1,700 per month. Median household income is around $55,000. This mix of blue-collar realness and high-end art creates this super unique, kind of funky vibe. It's less cutesy than its neighbors Camden and Rockport and a bit more down-to-earth. Like a lot of Maine coastal towns, it gets very busy in the summer. Tourists flock in for the Lobster Festival and the scenery, so traffic on Route 1 can be a nightmare. Next is Sanford. It offers a different vision of Maine life. Not the coastal tourist town, but a grounded, working-class community with a lot of heart. This identity is reflected in the numbers. About 70% of residents own their homes, and the median household income is a solid $68,500. You won't find a ton of fancy boutiques or five-star restaurants, but you will find a whole lot of heart. Downtown Sanford is fine, but it's very boring, aging, classic blue-collar town. The town has a brand new high school and a vocational school, which is a plus for families. If you're looking for a bustling nightlife or entertainment options, it's a bit boring. Around the Sanford Seacoast Regional Airport, you'll find more industrial parks and businesses, where a lot of the local economy is based. The median home price is around $385,000. If you're looking to rent, the overall average is approximately $1,200 per month. It's not as quaint as Kennebunkport or Ogunquit, and some might even say it's a bit rough around the edges, but you'll find some genuinely nice, down-to-earth people here. Now we're heading number 3. It's Presque Isle, the largest town up there, the star city of Aroostook County. If you like the outdoors and peacefulness, it is great. It is small, but lots to do. Tons of events year-round, but you do have to be willing to pick a winter activity to make it sustainable. The people are super friendly. The median household income is $57,396, and it's just plain affordable. A median home price is around $254,983. The average rent for a place is about $1,275. The reason for this affordability is its location. It's the hub of the county, a very remote part of the state. This isolation is the fundamental trade-off. While you get incredible access to nature and it's the commercial center, you're also accepting long, harsh winters and limited access to the amenities many take for granted, like specialized medical care or a diverse job market. It's a true lifestyle choice. You've got a rustic state park in your backyard, with hiking, kayaking, and all the outdoor fun you can handle. And let's be real, the winters are no joke. Cold like you can't fathom. But the locals have a saying. There's no such thing as bad weather, only bad gear. Some locals say there can be a bit of small-town gossip and a fake nice vibe from some folks. Living in, you learn to make your own fun. And you learn that a traffic jam is when you get stuck behind a tractor, or a moose. An amazing fact is that it's the starting point for the world's largest scale model of the solar system, which stretches 40 miles along Route 1. And the number 2 is Caribou. It's a small, quiet, and incredibly friendly town for people who aren't afraid of a little okay, a lot of winter. The people are nice, and it's close to Canada. It's the most northeastern city in the entire United States. The vibe here is pure, old-school, small-town America. People are friendly, life is a bit slower, and you can actually see the stars at night. You're not going to find skyscrapers and traffic jams here. Instead, just rolling hills, potato fields as far as the eye can see, and a real sense of community. The median household income is about $55,000. Your money goes a long, long way here. Cost of living is probably similar to the rest of Maine. The crime rate is significantly low. Finding a place to live, whether you're renting or buying, can be tough. The median home price is approximately $162,000 to $214,000. The overall average rent is $850 per month. If you like being outdoors, it's a great place to be. The city has good access to lakes just north of the city and one of the best ATV/snowmobile trail system in the country. It has a humid continental climate, which means warm, pleasant summers. Yes, the winters are legendary. We're talking -30 below mornings, and you're about as far north as you can get in the U.S. So, if you're not a fan of snow, you might want to look elsewhere. Basically, it's a quiet town, and some folks, especially older residents, say there's not much to do besides go to church. But it was once the largest potato shipping hub in the entire world. At number 1, I'm putting Auburn and Lewiston. LA is a place with a past. It's an old mill town, and you can see that history in the brick buildings and the Androscoggin River that cuts right between the two cities. The combined estimated population is approximately 62,100 people. It's not a place for city slickers who need a Whole Foods on every corner, but if you're looking for a place with character, you've found it. It's one of the few urbanish areas in Maine, so you have some stores and ethnic foods. LA is one of the most affordable places to live in Maine. The reason is pretty simple. It's a former industrial hub that's still finding its feet. Median home price is around $330,000 in Lewiston and $364,000 in Auburn. The overall average rent, about $1,500 per month. It's affordable, there are lots of pretty areas, and it has a strong working-class feel. Portland is not a far drive, but it's far away enough that this isn't a suburb of the city. You're surrounded by nature, Lake Auburn is beautiful, and there are plenty of parks and trails for hiking, biking, and skiing. The Great Falls Balloon Festival is a huge deal here. Every summer, the sky fills with hot air balloons. Bates College is right in Lewiston. The students bring a lot of life and energy to the city. A lot of people say that LA's reputation is worse than the reality. They say that if you're smart and aware of your surroundings, you'll be fine. But property crime is the most common issue. Violent crime is less frequent. Lewiston is, in my opinion, the best place to live in the state. You can be at the ocean in 30 minutes, the mountains in less than an hour. Auburn is also a nice town, just across the river. They've both done a lot as far as revitalization efforts over the past decade. I do really love the mid-coast towns directly east of us more, but the trade-off in the cost of living is worth it at this point. It feels like the last affordable place left in the USA. So there you have it, 10 of the most affordable places to call home in Maine. Now I want to hear from you. Which place surprised you the most? And are there any affordable places that I missed? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're planning your own Maine adventure, be sure to subscribe for more guides just like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.